Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dr. Mike Moran, your instructor for IT 140 at Southern New Hampshire University. Today I'm going to talk about the Module 6 milestone, which is discussed here in Module 6, obviously. And we're going to start with the dictionary, and then we're going to talk about the game loop, because you have to create one of those for your assignment. There's the game loop, okay? So I'll help get you started on that. Alright, so I would start by copying the dictionary as we did earlier in one of my earlier videos and put that in PyCharm, I assigned the location, my starting location, as the Great Hall. Let's look and see what we have here. Let's do the same stuff we did earlier quickly, just review so that way you know what's going on. Okay, we have a dictionary. What possible rooms can we explore? What are the keys? All right, so based on my location, which is the Great Hall, if I print that out, that becomes a key in my rooms dictionary. Where could I possibly go? Well, I can only go south, right, to the bedroom there. Okay, no big deal. Makes sense. Can we get more details on that without printing out the entire dictionary? Yep, we can. Two different ways. We can call the .keys method, or we can use the unpacking syntactic sugar, which we described earlier. So I really have only one direction I can go when I'm in the Great Hall, and I've just kind of showed that right here. All right. Well, can we show the values, right, based on those directions? Yes. So from the Great Hall, I really can only go to the bedroom, right, and it shows me that right there. Again, using the .values method or the syntactic sugar. All right, so far, no surprises. All right, I'm going to now create the game loop. And this will be the shell of our game loop. All right, and they talk about this in the videos, the help videos for this particular assignment. Okay, here we go. So our initial direction variable is set to just blank. I have no direction yet. We'll prompt for that later. We have a game loop, and I have it where as long as I'm not telling you to exit the game, I want to keep looping through this. And where does that come from? Well, they kind of talk about it here in our assignment, right? If the player enters exit, the game should, they say enters a room called exit. This, to me, just basically means you're going to exit the game, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay. So as long as the direction is not exit, we're going to keep looping. Remember how while loops work? As long as this condition is true, you continue to execute the while loop. That's just how they work. We learned that a few weeks ago. All right, so first thing I do is I print out the location that we are in. What's the location? That starts off as the Great Hall in my particular example here. I print that out. Then I show possible moves. This is nothing different than what we just did earlier. I call the keys method, passing in location for my rooms dictionary. That's it. We did that earlier. No surprise, right? This should come as no surprise. And it tells me what the possible moves are. So this returns the dictionary keys object, which I then use the syntactic sugar to just print out the strings of the possible moves. Remember, based on the location, in my rooms dictionary, I have keys. I print out the possible moves. What are the possible moves? For the Great Hall where we start, the only possible move is south. So I print the possible moves. Then I input, or I prompt for input, where do you want to move, right? Move which direction. I strip that to get rid of the white space, to lower that, to make it lowercase, I just print that out. Print out what the user enters. And this is the part you got to figure out now. Is this a valid direction based on my current location? If the direction is valid, move to that location. That means I'm going to change my location variable to the destination that they have moved to. Okay, that's it. Let's run through this and see what we get. Let me show you some more space there. There you go. Run this. All right, so I'm in the Great Hall. It prints that out. Possible moves. Again, I'm just calling the simple keys method for my dictionary, passing in a key in question. The key in question is my current location. The possible moves are, use that syntactic sugar to show my moves. South. That's it. Perfect. So now I'm prompting, where do you want to move? Move which direction? Let's say I choose north, which is, we know it's incorrect. This code won't tell us that, because that's the part you got to fill in right here. Okay? So I entered north, and it printed out north. Move which direction? And it printed out what I entered, after stripping it and then converting it to lowercase. Okay? If this was a valid move, we want to move that location. That's the part you got to fill in. Okay? All right, so now, since it's not doing that, it's just going to keep looping forever until I enter exit. North, south, east, west. Right? It's telling me, hey man, you can only go south. So what would we do here? Well, we know what possible moves I could go. If what I entered is one of these possible moves, awesome. Change my location to that room. Okay? It's a value. So that's it. So now, let's exit this loop. I'm going to type exit, and game over. We're done. We've exited the loop. There's nothing after this while loop, so the program ends. That's it, everybody. In a nutshell, you now have a game loop. You have the underlying code you need to determine where I could possibly move and where I would move to if the move was valid. Game loop. All right. Good luck, everybody. Have fun this week. Hopefully this stuff will help you. This video will help you. And if not, or if you have other questions, email me or post them, your questions, in the general questions discussion forum. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.